and gentlemen, you are listening to Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get it on!
Come into the ring, step into the fire, see what you want, baby. If your heart has desire, get up, get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, get up, get knocked down, down, down. Deathmatch Russell Podcast. 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 Deathmatch Russell Podcast.
And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. And my guest tonight is female indie wrestler Myka Madrid. How are you? Did I get it right?
Yes, you did. Correct. Thank you. How are you today?
I'm doing tonight. Yeah, tonight. Whatever. This weather has been crazy lately. All day it has been snowing, stop snowing, snowing, stop snowing, snowing, stop snowing. Like
I don't miss it.
Huh? Yeah.
I don't miss that weather at all.
No. But we're lucky that it didn't do anything. So
That's good.
Yeah. But how are you doing tonight? Pretty good.
Yes, I was just going to training and then do this and then go to training.
Oh, awesome! Get your sets in and get your workout in. Get your your reps. Basic routine of working out. Of modern day fitness, as they call it these days, right?
Yeah, so I have some big matches coming up, so I got to be ready.
I know you do. I just we'll go back and we'll talk a little bit. How did you get started in wrestling? What made you want to be a wrestler as a kid or grown up?
Well, I've always liked it since I was little. So, living in a small town, because I'm originally from Chama, New Mexico. It's by the border of Colorado. So, there's nothing there.
Oh, Colorado.
Yes.
Ooh, okay.
That's why I said I don't miss the snow because it snows up there.
Well, my sisters were born in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Okay.
Okay. Yep.
And my mother's from Colorado as well. So yes.
Oh, see. So yeah. So no, I just wanted something different.
Yeah.
I wanted to do something nobody else was doing. So at age 18, I just contacted in San Antonio, Texas, the Texas Wrestling Academy, and hey, there I went from there.
Yeah, and then you went into the training school. You took your first bump. You're like, okay, can I do this? Yeah.
Yes.
Right? And at a young age, you're like, oh, is this really what I want to do? But you're thinking to yourself, I could do this. I can do it.
Exactly. Yeah, and I was always in sports and everything, so it just wrestling was just a little bit different. Doing bumps, it was like, wow. I'm sore in places I didn't know.
What kind of sports did you do growing up?
Basketball, volleyball. I did cheerleading just for the gymnastics part, but I was more of a tomboy playing baseball, flag football.
The softball and all the other stuff. Yeah. Right. But that's good. Cheerleading really helps. And people don't, the ladies don't know. If anybody knows it really know, females don't know. That's pretty good, athletic, flexibility, and you're just learning a lot of stuff to do in a routine, for training, like going to the gym and training, as well.
Exactly. Yes.
And okay, growing up watching wrestling, what was it like for you? What was it like?
I was always amazed on how they entertain everybody and how you get caught up into the storylines and just all that. I just loved it.
And who were your favorite female wrestlers growing up?
Favorite female wrestlers, I'd say Lita, Trish Stratus. Those are basically the ones. But normally I've liked watching a lot of the men wrestle. So it was Ric Flair, Steamboat, Sting.
Yes.
Yeah.
All the basic icons.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Of wrestling, and the Luchas, of course, And as well as, because that's a popular thing. Everybody doesn't really know Lucha is really a part of wrestling that people need to watch more of,
Of
which
course,
we need.
yeah.
And that's big. That's big, actually big in Texas, which is awesome.
It sure is, yes.
And I'm jealous that New Jersey doesn't have that much. We don't have that. We need that. We need the Lucha action more and more. Because that's catches your eye. For a different fan's point of view to see what they could do as well. But as seen, I'll get right into it. You were just on a recent episode of AEW Dark Wrestling Thunder Rosa. Fantastic, fantastic opponent to be picked by. To be in the ring with.
She is, yeah, very strong competitor. Like, I've trained with her before too, so I know what she can do and what I can do. So yeah, I was honored to actually have a match with her.
That was really for everybody to because she really puts girls to the test or females to the test, and that's what it's all about.
Yes,
because I know because she also runs I believe at Mission Pro Wrestling as well.
Yep, she does. I've worked for her at Mission Pro Wrestling a couple of shows. Yep.
And they do good things out of there. So people don't know, check out Mission Pro Wrestling as well.
Yes.
But to go into the ring, you're like, oh, what? How did you? Were you excited when you made that call to your parents, your mom and dad?
Yeah, I was like so surprised. I was like, okay, yeah. And honestly, I didn't even think I was gonna wrestle. So they called me. I went to a show. Yeah. I just went and watched and everything, but the next day they're like, "You want to come to another show in the Garland in Dallas?" I'm like, "Okay, yeah, sure." So I went. I got there. We did whatever. I'm walking around. They're like, "Hey, you have a match." I'm like, "What?" They're like, "Yeah, go look at the whiteboard." I was like, "Oh, really?" And I'm like, "Oh, wow, Thunder Rosa, okay." And I was like, "Whoa!"
Wow, yes,
and this amazing.
And plus, it's a good experience because the cameras, the experience to work their crowd, a bigger crowd. The bigger crowds is what you want to be in the spotlight, and you never know when you'll get that call back or somewhere else, and you'll be like, I was there and I made magic for myself. I did what I wanted to do and fulfill my dreams, Yeah,
I was just like leaving everything in the ring. So like everybody's like, there's so many people watching you. Were you nervous? I'm like, honestly, I didn't even notice any people because I was like, once I went out there, I was just like, it was blurry. I couldn't see anybody. So I just got in there and then I just did what I had to do. And I left everything in the ring.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, you have to get, Matt, you did your move sets and you just, did what you had to do during the match. It was just really, a fast paced match too, as well. Cause you're on, it's a bigger ring. That bigger ring as well. You're probably like, wow, that was a big ring,
Yeah, it was a good size ring. And normally we do train in like a 20 by 20 ring. But it's just like, you have your times that you have to go and you can't go over time. So it's like, it didn't even seem that fast. I was like, oh my gosh, that was 5 minutes. Wow.
But that's
it's like I just stepped in the ring.
Yeah, it's like when you run the ropes, like during your training, when you're training people and, at training, it's like, but no, you got yourself to where you wanted to be and you got good things coming.
Yes.
You have a lot of, we got comments in the room already. Look at this. Let me see what you have here. We have, not StreamYard. What is this? Hey guys. Oh, come on. Oh, Everett tagged me. Oh, this is not a, why am I? Oh, this kid's a good kid. Hey guys. But anyway, you have a lot of big stuff coming up, and I just saw that one person you're facing, and you're probably excited to face is Marty Bella.
Marty Bella, yes. So I have a match with her this weekend, the 22nd.
Yeah.
At World Class. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And you were recently in a big battle royale for Shine.
I was actually for Ohio Valley, so OVW Wrestling in Kentucky.
That was it? Okay.
Yes, that was the first women's battle royal.
Because that had because that had Charlie Cruel, right? That had Charlie Cruel and Snow. I think Snow was in it as well. Lindsay Snow.
Lindsay Snow, yes, and then Kelsey. I've had a match with Kelsey for the Tulsa Tornado. we had a bull rope match at Thunder Championship Wrestling. So yes.
Yeah. Ooh, a bull rope match. Uh-oh.
Yes, I was.
What was that like? Oh boy.
That was like the craziest match I've had. That was last year, so that was like the end of the year. Go big or go home. So we just went for it, and it was crazy. You have to watch it. It's on YouTube.
All right. Yeah, everybody check that out later as well.
Yes.
I'll check that out. But yeah, you work with Shine. You've done a lot of wrestling with Shine, a lot of good matches. I was looking down your roster. You've had a lot of female talent that I've seen on TV or just like seen everywhere. And I'm looking way back at your I checked out Cage Match where everybody goes and checks out the feeds. You actually had a match with Kylie Ray.
Oh yes, a long time ago, Kylie Ray. Yes, when I first started.
Mm-hmm. I actually got to see her wrestle at Game Changers Wrestling when she was actually first came to Chicago. We were all going to Freelance Underground show. I got to see her wrestle for the first time, like before Game Changer did their second and third shows, back to Chicago. Yeah. So to see her in action is, her style, and she's back in the action again. So it's good to see her back in the scene.
Yes, it is.
And maybe you could have a rematch. Who, right?
But yes, that'd be a good rematch.
Mm-hmm. Who are you looking at to wrestle next? Like who's on your radar? Who is on your radar, independent wise? There's so many promotions we can talk about.
There is so many promotions out there, and the woman that I would like actually to wrestle is Mercedes Martinez.
Ooh.
I've been to her seminars. I haven't wrestled her, but I've been at shows that she's been on, and she's one of the people that I would really love to wrestle. Yes.
She, I've seen her. Mercedes is a East Coast native, so she's been around, and look where she is today. And shout out to her big time for being on the main stage of what she likes, and wrestling Thunder Rosa as well. And she's had a couple of good matches already, and more to come. But you need to face her. Yes, that would be a match
that's one of my goals.
Mm-hmm. And who else would like to tear it up with?
There's just so many people out there, and there's so many great women now without a wrestling. It's really hard to pick. But like I said, the first one that comes to mind is Mercedes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we got more people in the room. Hello there, Mr. Everett Lee. How are you? That's one of my friends from Florida. He actually is a big wrestling out of Florida. There's a lot of wrestling by him. Yeah, I'm jealous.
Yeah, I've been going to Florida quite a bit, so I've seen a lot of new people, new faces, so that's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's worked with some companies as well. Well, behind the scenes, video wise. But what's your favorite? Mix it up. I like mixing this up with. Who is your dream match? Who would you love to be in the ring with? For the past or the present, the future.
Past or present. So in the past, I would like actually just to work with Lita.
Mm-hmm.
Present. Jeez.
I know.
There's so many. Yeah. I would actually like to work with Camille Brickhouse for in NWA. I really like to work with her.
Mm-hmm. NWA. I keep on forgetting that's a promotion that people don't even.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good one too. There's a lot of female talent that are in that one as well on the roster.
Yeah.
But would you like to see yourself on the East Coast?
Yeah, I would actually like to go more up to the East Coast, like go to New York, Chicago. I've been to Chicago once for Rise and Shimmer, but back in 2018, I believe. It's been a while.
Maybe you could come to New Jersey to Titan Championship Wrestling, Goddesses of War.
Yes, I've heard of them. I actually just got like a friend request the other day, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yes, one of the greatest local promotions that we have for the female roster of women's division of wrestling at the, all over the world. Like, just a local small company, but they're big. They're big with their wrestling. And actually female that been on TV as well, like Mercedes and everybody's come through the door.
A lot of people, yeah.
Yeah, it's like Casey Navarro and all the other guys that have been wrestling, and they come through the door for Titan as well.
Oh,
it's pretty
good.
We've had some dark.
I'll have to.
I'll have to. Yeah, Have to recommend them. Please
Yes. Let
book
me know.
book her. Book her, because we need more. You want to show other promotions what you have to offer and to showcase, because you have.
Exactly.
Now, I was looking back and I was listening. Did they say on Dark that your family ran a wrestling promotion or no?
They did say that, but my,
Yeah,
my
I
family
was
doesn't.
no.
Yeah, I was like, what? I was like, no, my family
Why?
doesn't run a wrestling promotion, but like,
Yeah.
my
I've got
husband does the Texas Wrestling Academy, does run Texas Wrestling Entertainment. So yeah,
mhm,
that's different. I'm
yeah.
like, not my own family, you know what I mean?
No. Yeah, generation to generation. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, it would be awesome though, if it was.
right.
But yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
no, I had.
what is your favorite go-to food after a match?
Oh my god, a burger, a double cheeseburger. Because normally for like during matches or during the day before and the day of, honestly, I hardly ever eat. But then after, then I'm like, I need to eat something.
Yeah, your cheap. Yeah,
Yes.
your cheap fun meals. Yes, or a good steak, or
Oh
but
yes, give me a good steak with mushrooms and baked potato, the whole 9 yards.
See, that's what I'm. Everybody says you need to go to Texas for a good steak, and I need to go. Right? That's the
You're gonna
only.
have to,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, to experience the real taste. But I like Mexican food as well. But
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah.
sure Texas probably has some good places as well.
They
For
do have
Mexican.
some good places.
Hmm. I'm sure you have one of your favorite places as well.
I have plenty. So there's like mi tierra, and
Mhm.
then there's chachos where you can go to eat.
Oh, yeah. There's so many restaurants nowadays. I don't even know what is what. At the Jersey Shore, you know what? We have fish, we have seafood, pizza, Chinese food, sushi.
Oh my,
Italian, the basic menu.
yeah,
The Red Lobster to to Chili's. Yeah, okay, we have Chili's, and there is still Chili's, you know. And there's like
yeah.
Rosalitas. We have like Rosalitas, like a
Oh yeah,
Mexican. It's a chain, but yeah, lots of pizzerias. it's a
yeah.
it's a big it's a big Jersey, I guess, thing. I don't know.
It's your pizza.
Yeah, it's pizza or ice cream, right? That's more. Yeah. You find a lot of places with different ice cream, and of course, well, we have the boardwalk, so that's known for you know
Yeah,
I mean, you have you have the the big state fairs and stuff too as well. And you've wrestled at a lot of fairs as well, haven't you?
yeah. I have quite a bit.
And when that
Different.
comes back around, yeah, and when it comes back around eventually, let's
And eventually, after all this COVID and
craziness.
restrictions, yes,
I know. That's fun to be outdoors. It's so much fun. People don't realize. Go see a wrestling show during.
yeah, you miss it after a while.
Yeah, it's like going to a concert. Like an outdoor
Hmm.
concert, and they actually have like wrestling concerts. Wrestling concerts going on while there's a show going on as well.
Yeah, I sure do.
What, speaking of music, what kind of music are you into?
I like a variety of music. I listen to 80s rock, 90s, a lot of different country rap. I'm not really
Mm.
picky, but my
No.
main is I do like listening to Elvis Presley.
Oh,
Yes. If you
you're
know
an
me,
Elvis.
everybody knows I'm an Elvis fan.
Well, if you look over on my wall, look on my wall up here. I have a Johnny Cash poster with
Yeah.
Elvis. Yes, I've done the Memphis tour and all that. That's a fun place to do. Go to Memphis if you ever get a chance.
Oh, I love going to Memphis. Like I went to Memphis twice last week, and then this week to go to Kentucky because I like driving because I like to go to different states, and I'm
Hmm.
not able to stop. So I'm like, I need to make a day go before or go stay a little day after to go ahead and make stops.
Right. Yeah, Memphis is a beautiful place. I don't even know if that's the focus or not. No, there it is. How's that? Yeah,
That looks,
good
yeah,
enough.
you're good.
Easy backdrop, right? but yeah, 80s music like Bon Jovi to like Poison to Guns N' Roses.
I listen to all of that and Kid Rock,
Hmm.
everything.
Everything. And then country, you said a little bit of country hip hop. So
Yep.
that's pop. Okay, my friend listens to that all the time. He drives me nuts in the truck when I'm going to work with him. He would play the country rock rappers. I'm like, oh, you got me hooked now, man. Thanks. You know, and also like the female country rock singers, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Hmm. But like alternative wise, what kind of alternative do you like? Alternative?
Yeah, sometimes I guess it just depends on my mood and how I'm
Yeah.
feeling that day. Because I'll listen to a lot of Nickelback or Three Doors Down or
Hmm.
Creed.
Hmm. The old
Yeah,
playlist. Yes.
yes,
Yeah.
and that's the thing is I listen to a lot of the older music, some newer music, a lot of older
Mhm.
music.
Mhm. What do you like right now? What would you have on your iPad? Your music thing on your phone while you're working out. What would you
I have a
be?
variety. I listen from it's actually on shuffle. So like sometimes I'm
Yeah.
listening to Buck Buck Cherry, and then I'm listening to
Yes.
Bon Jovi, and then it's changing to Poison, and it just
Hmm.
goes all over the place. So
Hmm.
that's my playlist.
There you go. Poison. I have a story about. I could tell you about one year at New Year's. Want to hear a cool story? I always tell my guests
Cool.
this story. Well, my sister had a New Year's party, right,
Hmm.
at her house with all family and relatives and friends. We all gathered around. This guy and his son come into the kitchen where I was grabbing a beer out of the fridge, and his son said, "Dad, I could go for some Bing cherries right now. The jar of those Bing cherries, this."
Yeah.
And I said, "Man, I'd go for some cherry pie." Well, it was the drummer of Poison for Warren.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yes. So we were in a in a celebrity appearance right there
There
of
you
one.
go.
CC DeVille, yes, of Poison. Insane, right?
That
Small
is
world.
crazy. Yeah, it is small world.
And at the time he was not even like because he's gone through all that rehabilitation. He wasn't even drinking, which was really a shock to see a celebrity, on the big
Yeah,
stage.
it's completely
So
different when you see them in person. Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, to see that and then weeks later he's on TV again doing music videos.
Yeah.
Uh, what kind of movies are you into? You like what are you into?
Action movies. Sometimes little romance, but I major action. Like today, I was watching nothing but Rocky Balboa movies.
Rocky.
Huge Sylvester Stallone fan. If I could meet him, that'd make my day. Huge
Hmm.
Sylvester Stallone fan.
Wow. Yeah. Have you climbed those steps yet in Philadelphia?
Not yet.
Ooh,
That's
do
my
it.
goal. So March
Yeah.
19th, I'm going to pop up wrestling where I'm supposed to wrestle. That's where I'm going to stop at.
Okay, definitely. And then go
Yep.
get your picture by the
I'm
statue
going.
right down
Yep.
below. Yeah, it's not at the top anymore. They moved it down below, which stinks. I don't know why they did it. You know,
Yeah.
but
So
yes.
that's where I'm going to go.
Hmm. And get a Philly cheesesteak and do the work. Yes, do the
Do a whole
basic.
9 yards.
Yes,
Whole tourist.
yes, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, Philadelphia's nice to just go and you can see the Liberty Bell if you want to see the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
Because that's right there. Movie wise, yeah. So Rocky Balboa. What other kind of movies as well?
Scarface.
Hmm.
What else? There's a lot of different action movies I like. The Expendables.
Hmm. Horror? Any horror comedy?
Comedy. I like a lot of Adam Sandler movies. He makes me laugh. He's just
Hmm.
so crazy.
Hmm.
Horror movies. I really don't care for them. Like my
Yeah.
daughter, she likes to watch the clown It, and I hate
Oh
clowns.
yes.
And so,
Right.
like once in a while, I'll be like, you know what, fine, I'll watch it with you. But then I regret it later. But hey,
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
I grow out of phase. I know. You have to. We all classic movies. Love them. Yes, Everett. There. I'm too reading the comments. These comments go too quick. I'm not even paying attention.
yeah,
That's okay. That's okay. We're talk. It's what it's all about. Everybody's looking and enjoying this conversation.
Yes.
That's what, and so have you been in many intergender matches in your career?
When I first started, yes, I had some intergender matches.
Mm-hmm.
But like lately, no, just nothing but lots of just working with the other females.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
That's good though. But you still would love to, yeah. But if an opportunity came, you would still, do that as well.
Yeah, I would do an intergender match if I had to. But yeah, normally I just work
Just
with
want to,
females. Yeah,
yeah.
honestly, plus I have to depend on who I'm working with as intergender. If it's like somebody, like
Mm-hmm.
name and what's the
Yeah.
story. Because like I said, I like to make a story and see why I'm doing this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to be. That's always the story behind the reason why you want to wrestle as well.
Yeah.
People, and you have to make it to catch their attention. Fans' attention, and your opponents. Let me ask you this: worst heckling experience as a fan? Ooh,
Worst what?
like worst heckling, person like old grandma. Or fan just going flipping the bird or just like really getting under your skin.
So I was the Texoma Rose champion, and in a Sherman, Texas, I believe. Yes, it was Sherman, Texas. There's this elderly lady, and once I come out of the curtain, she's already yelling at me, calling me names, and I'm just I'm just loving every minute of it. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was like the best lady that I've ever had a fan actually get so invested. It's on purpose. I'd just go choke the girl or do something right there in front of her. She would be, honestly, she was about to jump over the barricade.
Yeah.
I got her so mad.
Yeah, I've experienced so many days of heckling, and I've got my share. I even got to chop MJF one time. Finally, got my revenge on him at Combat Zone Wrestling way back in the day when he was popular.
Yeah, and then also there's this guy named Thomas Wesley. Every time I have a show in San Antonio or somewhere in Houston, he's always there and always on me every time. And I'm like, this man, because he has this laugh. He has this laugh. Once you go out, you hear him, and I'm like, oh man, what are you doing here? And he brings a lot of other people with him, and then there it goes. But we have fun. They have fun.
Yeah, you gotta have fun. Yeah. What's the worst injury you ever had in your career?
Knock on wood, I haven't really had big injuries. There was this one time I had a match in, where was it? I've been all over. Louisiana. It was in Louisiana. I got kicked in the knee. So my knee turned. I got kicked on the outside. It turned, so it popped. You can see it. It's on YouTube somewhere, but you can see it. And I still went on in the match, but towards like the middle of the match, then I popped it back in. And then driving 8 hours back home to San Antonio. Got home, and then I live and then I live upstairs, so like I have to walk up the stairs, and my knee is so swollen. I'm like, oh my gosh! But I didn't go get checked or nothing. I just rested it for 3 months, and then went back.
Trying to hobble up those stairs. Oh my gosh! My sister broke her ankle doing something, and she lived in a six flight stair place, stairwell in New York City, like those apartments. Yeah, excruciating. It was not fun at all.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't. That's not fun.
Yeah. No, I would have had a wheelchair with the motor on or something. No.
It's like, why do I live upstairs?
Yeah. Leave me on the one floor. I'll be okay, please.
Right.
But yeah, you never know in this day and age of wrestling because there's so much, it's with concussions, and that's a scary thing too. I'm sure you've seen a lot of your friends and female wrestlers. You go through that, and it's scary. It's scary.
Yeah, and it's like doing the basic thing, and you can get hurt real quick. It's just like you could do something crazy, and you're like, oh, I haven't got hurt with that. But doing something very simple and basic, and there you go. It's like, what? I do this all the time.
I know they do it inside the ring or outside the ring as well. The guardrails. I have a perfect example of a wrestler. He did a show and he hit the back of his head on the guardrail. Back of his head right against the guardrail. Like, ow, he was out
Yeah.
of commission. He was out of commission for quite a while, and then he came back and made a recovery. He wants to challenge Malachi Black, actually. So, yeah, I could see that happen. So
Yeah, so that's I normally like say I go to training and I train to do things safely. I won't do anything crazy. I'm more
no,
of a mat wrestler. If I have to do a big move, it has to be for a big show and I have to practice it a couple times.
yeah, because you get on that big mat they have there, that big square mat, the gym mat, the big foam mattress, or
Exactly.
the
Yeah.
or you could go down to the local play zone, or bounce zone, or where they do all the flippity dippity and do all the
You
crazy.
can. Funny
I know.
story.
Yeah.
One of my friends went to like that trampoline park and everything, and doing just a regular front flip or cartwheel. She broke her ankle, and I'm like, seriously, that's why I won't go to things like that. That's
Yeah.
crazy. I'm
It's
like
like
simple stuff.
yeah, it's like simple stuff. Like growing up, we have the pool. We have a diving board.
Exactly.
You could
Yeah.
just jump off that, or the snow. When it snowed, you can just land in the snow.
Yep.
But now, trampoline parks are really popular for the. I noticed that for the wrestlers as well. That's really good. To get. I'm sure you love it too as well. If you have a
Yeah.
daughter,
Right. Yeah.
take them and you could go and do some of that, or rock climbing, or just one of those indoor facilities. Is really cool. What kind of hobbies do you do besides? Do you like to hike, and do you like to? Are you outdoorsy, or do you like to venture out?
Yes, I am more as an outdoor person. So like I like to hunt, I like to fish.
Oh, you're a
I
hunter,
do not
huh?
like golf. Yes, I am a hunter. I do not
That is
like
awesome.
golf. I like to go hiking.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
but a lot of
awesome.
people don't know that about me, but yep, that's what I do.
hmm Did you have a good season? Good hunting season, or
I haven't gone hunting since I moved to San Antonio,
yeah,
so I do
yeah,
miss it. Like I want to go fishing, but I don't want to go
yes.
fishing
hmm
at the beach because I'm afraid of sharks. So it's
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah, give
yeah,
me
yeah,
a lake. I'll go to the lake and go
yeah. Go
fishing
through
all
it.
day.
Take the daughter, let her experience the fishing thing. That's growing,
Hmm.
because we grew up, we all did something like that, camping and
Camping, fishing. Yep.
fish. Yep, go to the lake and or cabin, and just that's the best. Yeah, rent a rent a private house for the summertime. Oh, love
Yeah.
doing that. Doing that this summer. Cannot wait for a couple days. Me and my old man.
Yeah.
That's what I gave him for Christmas this year. I said, "Here you go, Dad. I got you a gift card for." I made him up a gift card for a week in a cabin in the
There you
Poconos.
go.
So we'll do that. I'm looking forward to that, as well as getting back to going to wrestling shows, and more shows and more shows and more. You know, just keep on going to wrestling shows. And
Yeah, exactly. And everything with the coronavirus and all that stuff, they're saying that they're gonna cancel shows, and hopefully they stay having some shows open still.
hmm yeah, COVID is you know how it is. It's still, but we're safe. We're playing
Yeah.
safe stuff wherever we go. We have crowds. We keep low. You know, but what do you have coming up? What's going on this?
So yeah,
Yeah.
like so this weekend, the 22nd, I have the world class against Marty for the Diamond Division champion. On what is it, February 5th, I have a show in San Antonio, Texas at Texas Wrestling Entertainment. I don't know my opponent, but then on the 6th, I have to fly out to Shine in Clearwater, and I'm going to be facing Lexi Gomez for the ACW Women's Championship.
Mm-hmm.
So 2 good championship matches coming up. And then, like I said, in March 19th, I'll be in Massachusetts for the pop-up wrestling
Yes.
tag team match. Yes.
Ooh, so you go tag team action there. That's gonna be good.
Yes.
That's great. And then
So
hopefully come to the East Coast. Like I said, knock on wood. Goddesses of War. That's coming up.
Yeah.
So that's new. It's in 2022. New year
Yep.
for wrestling. And new promotions that you would like to be seen at. And I wish you the best, and I'll have you come back on.
Yeah,
So.
thank you. Nice meeting you and being on.
And my friend right here in the chat actually asked if you would like to come on his podcast. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me know. Send me a message.
Yeah. Yes.
You are freezing if you hear me.
He's a
Froze, yes.
loves to. There it goes.
There you go. Okay, yeah, you're frozen for a little bit, so I was just waiting.
Just the lag, just always a lag.
Okay, I
But
was like,
now-
oh man, what did I press? I break it.
But where can everybody follow you down here on every kind of platform?
Yep, that's right. Yep, Myka Madrid on Facebook, Myka_Laura on Twitter. Yep, Instagram, Myka Laura. Yep, everything. Go buy merch at mykamadrid.bigcartel.com. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much for coming on, Madrid.
Well, thank you for having me.
Myka.
Hey,
Sorry.
they say my last name all the way too, so it's gay.
Yeah. Thank you
Thank
for coming
you.
on. Have a good night.
You too.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, fans, you heard her here. I want to say thank you to my guest, Myka Madrid. She's one of those talented people that go out there and see her wrestle. She's one of those people that definitely needs to be seen. You need to check out as she faced Thunder Rosa in a couple weeks back on AEW Dark, and she's just out for a good competition at wrestling any female anywhere across the world. You never know, or town near you, state near you, country, and go support her, buy her merch, and say hello and support her as she is an independent wrestler doing what she does best, wrestle inside the ring. Thank you, fans, for listening to the podcast. And what is it? Thursday night, fans, tune in. My guest will be Hellhound Mitch Malka, and he'll be on the podcast and at 8 p.m. Thank you for listening, everybody. Have a good night. Till next time.
You can find more Deathmatch Russell podcasts on the following social media: deathmatchrussell.com, follow on Twitter at DavidNJ32, and on Facebook, facebook.com/DJDaveNJ32, Instagram at DavidNJ36. Hey, wrestling fans, I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collar and Elbow was founded on traditional values of professional wrestling. Two entities working together to create a product intended to connect with people on an emotional level, a symbiotic relationship where one cannot flourish without the other. We strive to create a product that embodies our passion for professional wrestling expressed through street fashion. Visit collarandelbowbrand.com and use the promo code DeathmatchRussellPodcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Collar and Elbow, where wrestling passion meets street fashion. Me on Podcast City Network at podcastcity.net, facebook.com/Podcast City Network. Hit the like button and share. And on Twitter at Podcast City Net. Also on Johnner's Wrestling Podcast Network, www.wrestlingwithjohners.com. You can hear Deathmatch Russell Podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes.